We've been through the process of academisation at Deansfield, and I want to talk to you about what that process feels like and what you might expect. So the first thing that you could do is approach your governors now and ask them, are they planning this? We were given, I think, a week's notice to the first consultation meeting. A fair and transparent consultation for me would be like this: let's hear all views, let's hear from both sides, let's have transparency. What we received was a very polished and fairly one-sided argument. It's not easy to challenge the leadership of your school. It can be quite a difficult place to be. We were promised minutes of the consultation meetings, but what we received was a published list on the website of frequently asked questions, which is an entirely different document. I tried to think of the 4 most important things that I'd learned and that I would share with you. You're going to need to be a bit brave. Like I said, speaking out against, in opposition to the leader of your school, if that's what you choose to do, it can be hard. It's not an easy place to be. There is fear. There's fear about the implications of speaking out. I had a group of mums around my house when this thing first kicked off, and I just texted a group of friends and said, right, look, I'm really passionate about this. Come round, let's chat about it. What are we going to do? Every single one of those mums admitted that they were scared to hand out leaflets or talk to people or be seen to talk to people in the playground. Okay? If you're planning to get involved, if you're planning to take action, forget worrying about it. Because if you really believe this is the right thing to do and you're really committed, they're going to know you are anyway. Right? There's no point hiding, and I realised that too late. Now, because you can't champion something, you can't defend something and then hide. It just doesn't work. So you just got to get out there. The second point is to speak up and stick together. Be open and talk about it. There's a lot of, in my experience, there was a lot of, we shouldn't be seen to be doing this, other people might be saying this in the playground, but the playground is your best platform, particularly at primary. At secondary, I know it's different, but at primary, you're in the playground every day. That is your network, and you need to use it. Hand out leaflets. If you think something should be said, type it up, get it printed, hand it out. And if people are worried about doing that, get help. Team up with other people, do it in twos. You do someone else's school, they do yours. There's ways around it, but do it in numbers and do it professionally and do it so you can't be without reproach, you can't be criticised, it's got to be factual. And remember, the things you need to remember is the school leadership and the governors do not own our schools.
Exactly.
They might act like they do, but they don't. The third thing I wanted to mention was beware of social media. Now, we had a bit of a social media campaign, and it can work, and I would say use it because it's widespread and it's very fast, and any debate is better than no debate, particularly if people don't know, they don't understand, or they're sitting on the fence. Any debate is better than no debate. But don't rely on social media because it does give you a false impression of where people lie and where their loyalties lie. Arrange meetings as well. Do stuff face to face and get yourself a support group. It enables you to judge what levels of support you've got and do it anywhere. It doesn't matter. Do it in the street, do it in your kitchen, do it in your back garden, but just do it. Last but certainly not least is use the evidence. And in terms of evidence, my goodness, there is a ton of it, okay? Now, you don't need to waste time looking for it. It's all out there, and I'm sure you've seen it. But we've got it, I've got it. There's a Facebook site, a Facebook group called Our School, Our Vote. You can go on there, and there's tons of articles all attached, and it's all evidence. And when you're talking to people, it means you can be factual, and you know what you're talking about. I am wholeheartedly, staunchly, completely and utterly against academies, and I've never pretended to be anything. Research knows that is for very good reason.